y'all. Let's do this. Look at Ashton getting the start, throwing rocks right in my face. I felt those suckers are hitting me. Anyways, yeah, welcome to Hardcore Enduro, where it's all about getting out and riding the hard stuff. I'm George, the guy behind the bars and the voice behind the mic. And we're racing the Donner Hard Enduro. It's been delayed almost, a month and a half? I think it's supposed to be in June, but now we're in August 11th. It is beautiful up here. The weather was nice. I think it was 75 degrees. A little bit of a late start in the day, but you know, I'll talk about some of the scheduling of how they're running the races up here and my opinions on what could be different about the scheduling of the race times. But I didn't do the prologue yesterday. I had a really rough week last Sunday. I took my brother's nephews, they're in high school. I took them out on our boat out on the lake. They wanted to get the tube, got the tube out, and I was whipping across the wake back and forth. They were flying off the tube, having a good old time. Looked so much fun. I wanted to get out there, and Uncle George, he got out there on the tube. Well, I'm telling you, you're not in high school. I'm not in high school anymore. I got whipped around the tube, and I pulled a muscle in my back, and it hurt so bad. Monday, this is Sunday, so the Monday before this, I could barely walk. And I can barely see right now, so dang dusty. Had several dusty parts of this trail today. This is just a little bit dusty. But anyways, pulled my back muscle, could barely walk, and then I had a SeaWorld trip planned already because this race is supposed to happen in June, so I had this family SeaWorld trip. And I didn't want to make the wife, you know, I got to keep that wife happy, so I had to keep that family trip in there. So we went to SeaWorld Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then came up here Saturday right before the prologue started. Got a nice uphill right now, a little dusty on the right there, someone's spinning out. But taking this outside line, little high, Trixie gets up, making some passes past Kyle there on the right. And anyways, I just took the prologue day off. I went to Spectator Hill. It was a lot of fun. Got to cheer some of the buddies I know ride through, and I think it was good just to get my back another day of rest. Anyways, little bottleneck coming up here, and I'm like, oh hell no. Let's go up to the right. If you saw my last ride about a month ago, I went to up above Lake Oroville, and I got some off-road just blazing through the side of the forest here. This is where that training comes in handy. We just got to go through some loose needles, fallen branches, trees everywhere. So that training's coming into play. Just bulldozing my way through. See all these guys staying on the main line here. I'm getting off that main line, coming up high. Got a 511 special, first one of the day, folks. Look at that, weight back, throw the weight forward, pop that clutch, boom, right up and over those logs right there. I just made so many passes right now. I was feeling good. Man, nothing builds your confidence like passing 10 people all over a hard spot. I felt like a superstar right there. And it was coming down, it's a little bit steep, rocky downhill, and there's a big rock right there, right in the middle of the way. I was like, gosh dang it, I usually dart right into those big rocks, but got off the line a little bit, come up to the left and drop back down. And that's kind of the opening of the start now. Now there's gonna be coming up here just a little bit of straightaway right here, just real easy, catching your breath, relaxing. Now, it's a long race, and you just need to stay as relaxed and calm as much as you can, especially early on, because trust me, the Donner brings it. I've raced several different hard enduros now, and I'm telling you, this year, God, Brian, he brought it. No mercy, almost the entire race was super hard. All right, so this is coming up to the slab, I think it's called. And big, granted, they've had it in every year, but they've introduced this, or brought us to it a little bit differently every year. So everyone takes this high line, and you actually don't want to take the high line. You want to come down to the middle line, and then if you're the pros actually take the lower line. It's a little bit harder, but it's a little bit more direct and easier if you hit it right. Now look up left, that second Husky up to the left. That is, I'm going to mess up his name right now. Averam, I think that's his name. Anyways, he parked right across from me. Back when we were parking our rigs, I was way the hell down the road, that dirt road. There he is right there, but he was my neighbor. And it's his first hard enduro, so congratulations to him. He's been introduced. You know, a lot of people are actually scared. A guy in front of me where we're parked also is his first hard enduro. And, oh, this guy needs to get going. Oh, Trixie's revving out. Trixie, she's not a high revver, but she ain't scared. She'll rev out. She's not a screamer, though. She's like, burp, 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 burp. That's as high as Trixie revs out. Burp, burp. Now, right there in front of me, that's Jeff. He rides for Project Enduro for vets. And I've been wanting to hit him up because I'm a veteran as well. And I like the sound of that organization, Project Enduro for Vets. I'm all about doing stuff for vets. My dad actually is a veteran too, and he's going on the honor flight. Jeff gets hung up here in this little downhill. There's a little ledge, drop down, and he just gets wedged in a tough spot. And I keep looking around. I see this guy going to the right. I'm like, dang, I should have went down to the right. Yeah, I should have went down. But I'm going to pivot up left. I should have took this high ridge line. Should have stayed high. Just stay left, but I don't. And then I'm going to drop right in front of Jeff right here. Sorry, Jeff. I'm going to dump right in front of you. But my dad, he's got accepted on the honor flight. So if you guys don't know the honor flight, they take veterans, and what started in World War II to go see the World War II memorial in D.C. Now they're taking Korean veterans and Vietnam veterans. And they pay for their flight and everything. They fly them back to D.C. so they can go see the memorials that were dedicated to them. So we go 1st of October. I'm my dad's guardian, so which is pretty cool. But I love that kind of stuff. So I'm going to check that out. Project Enduro for Vets. Sounds pretty good. So Jeff's right now. He's wanting to give me a fist pump. Sorry, Jeff, I flew right by, didn't get the fist pump. Last year, you could go up to the left. They had it roped off, so you could go up and left right there. I would have went down that slab section. You got to come to this little chunky rock section here, which you just got to keep the bike rolling. It's really not too hard. It's a little steep and downhill, but just let the bike roll. Stay up on the pegs, and your suspension does the thing. Or you can do a little stink leg like that. Sometimes I get off balance too, with a little bit of I got longer legs, but I still do the stink leg sometimes. All right, y'all, I'm having a nice glass of whiskey right now. I love doing this. I used to not do it, but it just helps out so much. And I'm not gonna lie, it's actually my second glass. I'm having a Bullet 95 rye. Oh man, it is so good. Got the big ball ice in there, cooling it down. Wonderful. Coming up here, my front tire is gonna get stuck right in that rock, and I lose my balance. First dump of the day. Right in front of something. You know what my rule is? You dump your bike early and often. Get them all out of the way in the beginning. That way you don't have to do them later when you're tired. All right, we're coming up to the famous Spectator Hills area up here. And I've never gone this route. See that pink arrow? That's where Tristan and Cody, they just go straight up right there. And they're the only ones, too. That just shows you they are next level human beings. They went left right there, straight up the rock. We don't even fool around with this mess to the right. Now, I've never taken this line here before. See the guy with the orange right there? Oh, we're having a blast. I've gone that route, and then see the other guy with the white helmet and the yellow sleeves. I've gone that route. And I haven't gone this route, so I want to try it out. It was a beast. I think I would actually prefer to go where the guy in the orange was. I think that would be the easiest route. Anyways, I'm going to do a hardcore pivot to the left here and get up this crack of the line. If you see out to the left, there's Abram again. He's cut up to me, or maybe he's been following me this whole time. And I'm going to show him how a pro does it right now. I mean a pro amateur. If there's an amateur level, I'm a pro at that level. Whole lot of pushing and a whole lot of throttle right there. And Trixie, she's getting it done. Now today I'm running a new tire. I did like it, so I'm gonna recommend it. I feel like I'm recommending almost every tire I'm riding these days. But I'm running a Metzler. It's called the 6 Days. And it's a soft gummy. It's got this nice line to the right here. I've done this route the first year. It's really steep. Everyone tries to hit that little crack to the left. You can just come over to the right and get over. It drops down. And where that guy's going up right there, that's where I'm going to go. As So I gotta watch a whole bunch of people fail, and then I'm gonna hit it like a pro and go right up it. All right, so the Metzler 6 days, it's got the same tread pattern as the Michelin Extreme. I think it's the same softness, very soft gummy tire. It is a 140, and I'm running my used pre-drilled Moose that has probably 30 hours on it right now, and I felt I had good traction today. I actually did. My conditioning is horrendous for the race because I just haven't had time on the bike. Plus, I had my back injury last week. But tire setup was on point. Yeah, I think that counts. That's up. That does. Hey, I'm clapping. All right, here Trixie goes up and over. Look at that, folks. Didn't even break a sweat right there. That is how it's done. Now, I've never gone this way. I always go the left way, which is the super hard way. This way is a lot easier. And actually, I would do this way every time because this was... Now, I thought I'd get fancy. I was feeling confident because I just did that big wall. So I'm gonna hit this wall right here and pass some more people. There's Carly right in front of me. I'm gonna pop right up to Carly. But yeah, I don't do that, man. So immediately I was like, that was a bad decision. I let Alice pass me here on the right. I think Alice, she's a youth rider. I think she's just turned 13. I ran into her mom later in the course, and she was telling me all about her, and I was like, oh man, it's just so inspiring and also demoralizing at the same time, knowing that I'm this guy who's, rode bikes and worked out and deadlifts and practicing, and here this 13-year-old girl just smoking me. So I love hard enduro because it's like one race where age don't matter, sex don't matter, and it's all out. Anyone get to the finish line as fast as you can. I love it. Anyways, everyone on that high line, I take this low line here. Got one little chunky rock section here. Give it the juice. Give it a little ghost action. Trixie, she climbed. Telling that rear tire, it was hooking up. I recommend it. It was a little bit more of an pricey tire. I think it was $150. But inflation's here, folks, and everything's pricey these days. Anyways, getting on up. Got Kyle right there to another Kyle. A lot of Kyles racing today. Anyways, he doesn't get quite the momentum. He's going to have a little bit of a battle, which is all right. I'm taking a little rest break. I took a lot of rest breaks, and I was almost taking naps by the end of the race. I think that's Alice's dad to the left right there. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. Anyways, just let him get up there, and then Trixie, she hops right on. You see how you can save so much energy if you just let someone battle it out, and then you can just hit it one shot. You save so much energy. All right, here's the famous slab, and I'm telling you, folks, I've been dreaming about this all year. My goal this whole race was to get up this wall, and it has got me every time and made me look like an idiot every single time. I'm gonna get it today, folks. I'm gonna get it. No, I did get it today, so I'm going for it. You can go to the right and hit the little bypass where I've gotten it the last 2 years when I failed it, but I'm like, hell no, I'm getting it. Look at this guy, nice and slow, nice and easy, and just a little bit of gas right at the end. I'm like, that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm not gonna even think about it. I'm like, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting in it. I'm not gonna wait. You sometimes like cliff jumping. You guys ever gone cliff jumping? If you sit and wait, you can psych yourself out. So I'm like, I'm gonna get it. And I'm gonna watch this guy. And then that happens. I'm like, oh crap. Going down. You can see Carly, she's making her way up right there. I'm catching her. All right, nice and easy, nice and slow. And then on the gas. Just nice, steady. Little ghost at the end. Yeah, that counts. That counts, folks. But it cost me. Look at my right hand grip right there. Look where Trixie landed. It took a toll, man. It cost me. So the way Trixie landed there broke off the wires on my starter. Not only that, they did so it broke my brake, my front brake housing there. I actually didn't, it stripped out a bolt somehow. I had to kickstart it, so I get it kickstarted. And you can see my handguard all up in the air there. Well, my brakes, I have no brakes right now because my brake thing's all flopping. And because I have my iPhone, it had a hard stop. So iPhones, if you have a hard stop, it'll go into an SOS automatically, thinking you crashed. And I can't turn it off. I'm like, turn it off. So I gotta take my glove off real quick, turn it off. And then I got my broken brake lever. The brake lever is actually not broken. It's the bolt that holds on the little housing, the clamp for the brake lever. The bolt's popped out, stripped out, whatever. So I'm like, all right, I gotta find another bolt on the bike that I could just replace it with. So I gotta do a little maintenance right now. All that passing I just did, getting up that slab. Now I'm gonna get passed. Here comes Scott. Oh, he's in my class. He's gonna pass me. And then right after Scott is gonna be Chad. He's in my class too. I'm getting passed by all my people in my class. After I made that amazing ascent up the slab, now I'm getting passed all again. I gotta find this bolt on my bike. It's kind of the same length. So I got this ratcheting 8mm wrench. Gonna pull that out. I'm gonna search around. Like, where is a bolt that's kind of the same length? I'm looking all around. I'm like, all right, there's gonna be one. Well, the plastics. You know, the plastics, they're worthless anyway. So, you guys notice I got nice new plastics, new graphics on Trixie. She's looking really good. Got this camouflage look going. I really like the camouflage. It's all grayed out. Got a little bit of red there. Put my own American flag. Do my own custom graphics. I went through Backyard Designs, which I've done that with my helmet too. Got a custom wrap on the helmet. That bolt I found on it was on the plastics there that goes through the gas tank, and it's long, and it ended up being a little too long, so it didn't cinch down. So I actually had to take it back out, put it back in, and you know, it's like, what if I just tighten the bottom bolt on that brake lever there? I got passed so much right now. I was like so excited. I got up that slab because I knew I passed probably 10 guys. And then I just lost it all trying to get it fixed. All right, so I tightened the bottom. I gotta just carry some extra bolts. The bolts that matter, especially your handlebar. Anything that could break on the handlebars, I gotta have just extra on me.
There, idiot.
Yeah, you are an idiot. You should know this by now. Anyways, Trixie's looking good. I'm telling you, she looks as best she's ever looked right now. Anyways, kick start, because my electric start isn't working, so I'm gonna be kick starting for a bit. I do get the electric start. I have some wire strippers, and I strip back the wire and jam it in the hole there, and it does work. I have zip ties, and I zip it down, and it works about 80% of the time. There's often you'll see I have to wiggle the wires to get the e-start going, or I'm kicking it, which when it comes to hard enduro, kicking your bike kills you. Kicking kills. That should be a slogan for hard enduro. Kicking kills. Anyways, got this big uphill. I've done this. They have this every year, and I'm able to do it pretty good. I do get kicked out right here. Lose my balance right there. I got kicked out a little bit, but saved it. Get Trixie back on course, and she climbs right back on up. Last year, I sailed up here and actually just went right over. There's a big rock right there that got hung up right there, but I just went right up there last year. I can't get the bike. I know my e-start isn't working, so I'm like, all right, just keep her running. You gotta control that clutch. Keep her running here. Should have went left right there. Should have went left, would have been easier. I went right and went up there, a little bit of a ledge to get up, and the back end got caught in that ledge, and I let her die. I just said I got to keep her running, and then I let her die. And I'm at this weird angle. It is kind of steep right here, and I can't put my foot down to the right. I got to lean left, and now I got to kick her. This is old school right here. This is shout out to all the guys riding back in the 70s and 80s, 90s even. Before the e-start came out, you had to kick your bike to get it going. Boom. So you got Dylan right there in front of me. She's gonna fall over in the slab, and I was going up there. I want to get up to the right, but she's leaning on the bike, so I went a little bit more left than I wanted to avoid her, and my back end then slides out. I think I slid out here last year, so I did the same thing. Said sorry, bro. Sorry, Dylan. I didn't know she was a female, but she's one of the women riders here. Did really well. I think I finished only 2 places ahead of her. And then right here, so I'm trying to get my bike. I almost knock her over. Jeez. I'm like trying to pull my bike out from underneath her bike. She gets on. I gotta get Trixie up now. I gotta kick her too. There's checkpoint 1 right there. So that's the checkpoint right there where those guys are standing. I'm like 10 feet away. Can't even make it. Come on. Losing time here. Pull yourself together, man. I gotta pull it back in. Up. Oh, it's one thing. So I got my tugger straps. I'll show you later on. I made a new tugger strap for the rear and the front, and I really like it, especially the front. I use the front tugger strap a lot today, and I haven't seen anyone with the tugger strap where I put it in front, so I'll show you when I use it. I'll talk about it and show you guys. Anyways, got to get up through this little crack right here to the left. Just feather that clutch, and she rides right on up. Come on, get up there. You're almost there. All right, we are checkpoint 1, y'all. Put that in the books. I got my dang iPhone stuck on my text messages. It's on my my farm business group that I got, and we're talking about bearings. And I need a bearing for our flail mower because we're gonna harvest almonds next week. I was just reading the text back there. I was like, what is on my screen? And it was just text messages that we were trying to get bearings. They're trying to get out of Tennessee from 2 different suppliers. So nothing crazy going on with that text messages. Anyways, there's a split back there. Pros went to the right. If you guys watched Max Gersten and his race course preview, he did the pro lines, and they were just insane. The difficulty, the gnarly rocks they had to go through was next level. And honestly, I wish I could do them. I wish I could do them as a not on a race day, but just like a trail day, because that kind of stuff, that level of difficulty, I love hitting. And it took me 6 hours, 7 hours to do it, but I'd love to give it a go. Now, Donner this year, they had a lot of the same course as they always have, but they changed it up quite a bit too, giving some new lines. So right here went a little left, whereas before there's a little split that you would come right around here. And I like that. I like keeping the course fresh every year. I don't want to run the same. I mean, obviously you're going to have some of the same stuff, but it's nice having fresh new course, new angles, or new obstacles throughout the race, so it's not the same every year. They threw a lot of new trails in this year, a lot of logs. I'm telling you, what I love about Donner has the versatility, or the different obstacles. You gotta be good. I mean, obviously you got rocks here, but they had a ton of fallen logs. They had some hill. I didn't make it to the big hill, so I don't know. There's another split right here. That's checkpoint 2. I don't know if they had the big monster hill that I wasn't able to get up last year, if they had it this year. But they definitely, overall, the course was much harder this year, just with a lot more logs. I'm telling you, they had a lot more fallen trees and logs that you had to get over, and just different routes. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. I think the pros did too. I haven't seen their commentary yet. Their videos haven't come out, but I bet Max, he likes it. So I bet the pros really enjoyed it, because they're really, I think Brian, he just stepped up the game once again and brought a really true hard enduro style race. You know, you look at Grinding Stone. If I look about extremes, Grinding Stone, you know, it's not really, it's easier, but it is extreme. Like if you fall on a cliff in Grinding Stone, you die. You're dead. It didn't have the utter, brutal, just non-stop, merciless fight that Donner brought. It's just Donner, just non-stop obstacles. There's a big fallen tree to the left. I didn't know the course went that way, and people are going up to the right. I didn't even know that. I got this big branch stabbing me right in the left there, or stabbing Trixie. Anyways, I missed that one fallen tree. I tried not to miss any fallen logs. Now, I haven't been training fallen logs. The last time I rode was with Cole and Vince up north of Lake Orville, and there was a couple fallen logs we got to practice on there, but for a month and a half, I just haven't been on Trixie, haven't been practicing, and my conditioning was just so down. Plus, having to kickstart the bike over and over and over. My leg, here we go, my leg was just exhausted. I've cut out a lot of the times I had to kickstart the bike just because it gets old, but my leg was killing me. Nice little log right in the middle. This little creek section they've had every year. Not too hard, just kind of bounce your way through here. There's Taj Stevens right ahead of me there. It's a nice C-class ride. He got 6 checkpoints. Now I'm just trying to gauge on where I would have came in if I didn't have all these darn problems. So right here, I spent a long time. I got my wire strippers out, and I stripped the wire back bare for a bit. And I was able to jam them in there and zip tie them down to get that electric start button working about 80% of the time. Sometimes it wouldn't work, and I still have to kick it after here, but I really took some time to get that wire because I knew this was a hard section coming up, and I didn't want to be having to kickstart the bike here. I took the left line, which is a hard line. There was a right line that everyone was taking. Definitely the left line here is a harder line, but there was no weight for it. So you just kind of struggled your way up. I got up. There she is. I'm telling you, Trixie's just looking so good today. I feel bad for beating her up like I did. Anyways, gonna get on up here and take a little bit of a breather because that was a hard push getting up that left line there. I took a little breather right here, which worked out well because we had the leader Tristan Hart coming in on the right hand side. I didn't see him coming up the route I did, but he probably made it look real easy. There he is, looking nice and clean, not even dirty, not even out of breath. He's yelling at people. Just when the pros go through, you just gotta stop where you are, kind of lean out of the way, and they pick their own route. Got Steve going up, making a dusty mess right there. I tried to get up. I didn't get high enough, and my back end dropped down on me. And it was a real steep incline, so I just backed the bike up because I was like, I'm not gonna hit this. And Sydney to my left there, she's gonna try to get up there. She's had a hell of a time. Like, she's stuck. So I'm like, I got some time. My brake leverage is coming loose a little bit, so I tighten her back down. Without any run up, going to the left there is because it's soft. You're just digging a hole, and without being Tristan Hart, something like that, it's just really hard to get up there. So she's got her bike coming down all the way. I'm like, yeah, that's hard. You got to come right through the rocks here. And I know the rocks look scary, but actually they're not that bad. You gotta pick your good line and be smart where you place the bike, where you're placing your feet. See up there, a little bit of struggle off the right. I'm not gonna go to the right. I'm gonna come to the left. So I just gotta get my rear tire up. My rear tire is where I want it to be. Now it's up on that ledge. Now I'm gonna swing the front end around very ungracefully. There it is. Then you know what's next. 511 special, y'all. Here it is. Wait back. Wait forward. Drop the clutch. Bam! Up and over the ledge. Well done, Trixie. Well done, girl. You get that 511 move sorted out, and you will be using it all the time when you ride. And it's just going to help your ride out. And things that you would avoid. I dropped the bike down. My hand got stuck on the throttle, and I just started roosting out, causing everyone to get dusting out back behind me. Sorry, guys. That happens sometimes. Now I gotta pick the bike up in the rear there. All right, start. See, the starter's hit and miss. I was like, sometimes it would go, sometimes it wouldn't go. Causing a hold up. All right, she's running. Just shoot this gap right here. Gotta go up to the right. Gotta get up to the right here. Gotta feather that clutch. Just maintaining that traction, keeping that tire from rolling, or keeping the bike from rolling backwards. Gotta ease over the front end. But I'm set up for a good line right here. Just gotta have a little bit of juice. Wasn't pretty, but just kind of dog paddle my way right over this rock. There's a little bit of a gap right here, so just keep the gas on and clear that little gap right here. Now coming up ahead, there's a fallen tree, big old log crossing, and I've never been able to get it over it. And I remember 2 years ago, this guy just hit this, and it was insane. I went to the left, and I just slipped and slid all over. I had such a struggle going left, but not today, y'all. Pop it up. Not quite enough momentum, but she's over, folks. I ain't rocking back, but I got this dang rock right in front of my tire there, and I can't push her over. I'm like, oh man, I always got to do things the hard way. If there's a hard way of doing something, I'm gonna do it, that's for sure. But I'm gonna count this, put it in the books. I went over this log. I didn't do the chicken line off to the left. I think there should be a point system. Like when you get to a hard obstacle, you get like 5-second or 10-second deduction if you do the hard obstacle. That'd be cool. Because then would people be more forced to do the hard obstacles instead of going around. Here comes one of the A-riders. There's Ethan right there getting around me. Probably got up and over real easy. I didn't get him, but it's nice. I feel like I'm an A-rider. I did the A-line. Now coming up, there's a bike that's like a skeleton. I'm gonna hit it. I almost made it fall over, but there's right there, that bike, someone parked their bike right in the middle of the trail. Look at it, it's like a skeleton. The gas tank's off and everything, so they got some issues going on. But speaking of logs, we got a really massive log coming up. And I've done a lot of log training. I got this little log matrix kind of enduro cross thing at my house, and then I got the river next to my house that has a bunch of fallen logs that I practice on. Not this one, get over that one, but it's this one right here. This was a doozy, y'all, this one to the left, because it is high up in the air, and you don't get a good run up to it. So there's Kyle trying to do this pivot up. Look at Kyle's hand guards. They are ridiculous. They are the largest hand guards on a dirt bike I've ever seen. They're just ridiculous. So we got Jordan right there in front of me. He's gonna try to attempt a little bit of a splatter, I'd say. A little zap splatter. Doesn't quite get it. Now, I practice big old logs like this at my house along the river, and this is what I'm gonna do. You walk the bike up. There's no run up, so I've basically no run up here, so I know I gotta push it over the log. So I'm gonna stand this up as high as I can. I've done this on other rides too. If it's all the upper Rincon, and I can't think off the top of my head other rides I've done. We just gotta stand this bike up all the way, like 12 o'clock position. Get as far forward as you can, then you're gonna rock her forward. There's Will Roden right next to me. I think he's copying my technique. Do you see that? He put that tire up there, and I keep her balanced. So I keep her up there, and I'm rocking her just left and right, kind of walking it forward a little bit instead of just dragging her on the side and catching the foot peg or something. You just kind of walk that skid plate forward. She's up on standing up. I don't see Will get over, man. I wish I would have gone on the other side of the bike, because I would have got Will going over the log and seen what he did. He was running, I think, second place at this point in the race. So really doing good, but he probably copied my technique. I probably taught him a pointer right there. Anyways, up and over, folks. Got another fall log right here, and I was all happy I got over that one, but then I was a little bit more cautious coming up to this one, and I didn't stay on the pegs. I gotta keep those feet on the pegs. That's kind of a habit I got, just taking my foot off the pegs over log, but up and over, no problem. Now I got this little gnarly rock climb. Just kind of stay on the gas. Got this off camber fallen log. Now these are the tricky ones. Whenever you got a fallen log that's at an angle, you know that back tire is gonna slide out. So you gotta aim high, expecting that back tire to drop down. She got loose a little bit, but I was able to push her on up. I love Donner, y'all. It has the logs. No other hard enduro has as many logs like Donner does. I love it. Grinding stones, 0 logs. King of the Motos, no logs, but Donner brings it. Now we got another big rock face right here. Get on the gas. I made it up. No, I don't make it up. Why? I thought I had that, y'all. That was not a hard climb. It was steep. There goes Ryder LeBlanc roosting right in my face. I didn't make it up, and this was a costly mistake. I expended a lot of energy right here trying to push. I was right at the lip of this, right? My front tire's kind of there, and I'm going to try to feather the clutch and push, but it's just too steep and too soft, so I ended up digging a big hole. And I got this stupid fallen tree to my right. I can't go right. I gotta pivot left and head back down. But here comes Cody Webb. Yeah, it's so cool being at a hard obstacle and being able to see one of the best people in the world hit it and see what they do. Of course, they just fly right up. Anyways, gotta do the slide of shame back down. Just like grinding stone. Trixie's used to it. She's used to the slide of shame. Get down, I do my butt slide. I got my padded underwear, y'all. If you guys seen the other videos, I wear football padded underwear just for the occasion. And so I don't have to worry about hitting my tailbone as I do my slide of shame down the rock there. That's a pretty big rock. Pretty steep, but I feel like, man, I should have had that. I was there, just a tiny bit more throttle, I would have been up. Anyways, I gotta do this pivot, and then I'm gonna back up a little bit. And Dan is coming. Here comes Dan. He's a rider. He gets to where I got.
Oh no!
And I know that he's gonna have a tough time. And he just starts roosting, and this cloud of dust is coming. I'm like trying to kick. I know this cloud's gonna come down. I'm like, come on, Trixie, come on, girl. I'm pulling in the clutch, trying to kick it with the clutch in, so I gotta put it in neutral, make it kick a little easier. Come on, baby, start up. Dan's just gonna do this massive roost. Here he goes, he's roosting out. This cloud of dust just comes down. And I can barely breathe, it's so thick. There, she started there, it's all in my face. Can't even see. My air filter after this ride today was so clogged up. I was thinking maybe I should have brought a second air filter on me. Because when these roosts and the really dusty parts, the Yamaha here in this WR, it doesn't really have a big air filter. You know, as far as surface area, it can clog up. And then Trixie here, she was sputtering about halfway through to the ride today. She was sputtering a little bit, and I don't know if it was from all the dust caked up on her air filter or what it was. It did clear out. Might have been bad gas, but you know, I've never experienced this where it bogged. She bogged on me. She like hesitated and bogged, and this is a fuel injected bike, so I don't know if there's another issue. I'm gonna have to look it up on YouTube to see if anyone else has had this issue. Trixie's playing games with me. She got me home though. Trixie, you know, she has taken a beating, and she still kept on going. This is Alice's mom, and she was just telling me about her riding with their siblings out here.
Awesome.
And
That's amazing.
Yeah, she just turned 13, so just awesome to see the youth riders out here. Did a battery swap, and then I had a little snack too. I had applesauce. I used my son's applesauce. They're in these little squeeze packets, and they're so good. When your mouth is dry, full of dirt and dust, that applesauce packet just goes down really easy. Keeps your mouth, you know, moist, and only 40 calories too. I wish it would up the calories a little bit. All right, here's this section. I did much better last year. I hit this good last year. This year, I just wasn't on my A game right now. Pivoted left and gonna go up and around here. Now they've changed the course from last year. Last year they went where the white ribbon is. You went up there and over. So just another variation. It was so nice having a different course than the last year. You know, I've raced the Virginia City Grand Prix, and it's just the same exact course every year. And which, you know, if you've done it several times, there's nothing new. My buddy Nate, he wants to race it with me this next year, but you know, it's just the same course, and I've already done it 2 or 3 times. So one thing I'd say that's kind of a negative about Donner Hard Enduro is the time of the race, the actual time you start the race. They put the US Hard Enduro guys in the afternoon, and the local District 37 guys race the morning. And in my opinion, the hare scramble local guys should be in the afternoon, and it should be at Hard Enduro in the morning. Just because hare scrambles are a faster paced race, so you get more airflow. Hard Enduro is a very slow, very tedious race, no airflow. So you put us in the hotter part of the day with no airflow. It's, you know, it's harder on the bikes, it's harder on the riders. You know that, and the other thing too is we're not local, so all the District 36 guys are local. Getting home after the race late Sunday night, you know, they live closer. Whereas Hard Enduro guys, you're coming from all over the place, all over the state, even other states. And when we got to leave somewhere, we're just, you know, like I didn't get home till 1:30 in the night, and I left the rig at 8 that evening. It's just too late. Oh, I got to suck in some air right there. Here comes Brandon Petrie there. I'm kind of in his way. I got to back up right now. Thanks, Brandon, being patient.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, not sorry. I kind of wanted to see you hit that. Yeah. He did really good. He finished 4th overall today, which is pretty good for Brandon. He's pretty stoked about that, I bet. And I finished 10th in my class of 40-plus Bs. And with all the struggles I did with the starter and all that, you know, I did all right. I was hoping to do a lot better than that. I only got 4 checkpoints. I was hoping to do 1 full lap today, which... nice coast there, Trixie. Yeah. I looked at some of the other riders that I caught at the time, and they ended up doing like 6, 7, 8, 9 checkpoints, and I was like, dang it, I was kind of riding with them until I had my struggles. But you know, a broken bike, that's part of racing. Cody, he had bike troubles too, so that's just part of the race, and I can't complain about it. Anyways, folks, I'm gonna have to bring this one to an end. I only had 2 batteries on me today. I usually ride with 4. I don't know where the hell my 2 other GoPro batteries were. I was searching everywhere in the trailer, in my little GoPro bag that I have, but I didn't have them, so I misplaced them somewhere. But I'm sure there'll be other people. There's Colton Hacker showing us how it's done. But I'm sure other people have the whole race, and you'll be able to watch the end. But until the next video comes out, get out and ride and get some. Ew!
That was amazing.